What is going on, you guys? My name is Seapeekay, host of all things MCC, and it's time for the MCC Rising All Teams and Team Predictions video that I have been working on. I'm really excited for this because it's really cool to be able to shine a spotlight on the MCC Rising creators. I've had a blast getting to know some of them on the MCC practice server, and I'm really excited to watch the event live, which is going to be on this Saturday at 8 p.m. BST. So make sure to tune in if you weren't going to already. Now, doing these placements is very, very difficult because all I have to go off is their applications and how much time I've spent with them on the practice server. And quite frankly, it's not a huge amount. It's not a huge amount. So I've watched their videos. I've watched every application video that has got into the event. I've taken some notes, and I'm probably going to get these very wrong. But I love to be able to try and make predictions. And it's, like I said, it's really cool to shine a spotlight on some of the creators that are going to be in this upcoming event. So please don't be mad if I put your team low down the list. It doesn't mean I think you're bad. It just means I don't know enough about you guys because I haven't spent any time with you. So please be kind. And without further ado, let's get into the MCC Rising All Team announcements and predictions. So the first team that was announced was the Red Rabbits, which was made up of Yoshinom, King of Archers, Majoris, and Nikakolas. Also, I'm probably going to butcher your usernames as well, so get ready for that one. Now, I did like this application. I thought it showed a lot of character. It was very funny as well. And from spending some time on the practice server, I can tell you right now that no one is grinding quite like Yoshinom is. Okay, so very quickly, I realize I've already called Yoshinom. I'm pretty sure the name is Yosh-I-Nom. Could be wrong. Gonna call him Yosh from now on. But you can see from the Red Rabbits video that they were a really fun bunch. It was a very entertaining application video. And I can tell you for a certain fact, as a certified ace race grinder, right? As a certified practice server grinder, no one is grinding quite like Yosh is grinding. Yosh was 700 minutes deep into a parkour warrior run before their PC crashed and stream ended. Very, very sad, but they really are grinding. And I like to see it as well. I did see Nikakola on there a little bit as well, but this team seems to have really great chemistry, and I think they will be fun to watch. I'm not sure if they're my team who I think will win, but anything really can happen in MCC Rising. We don't know the games. We don't really know some of the teams. It's going to be a blast to watch, and I really can't wait. Next up was the Orange Ocelots. Now, the Orange Ocelots are a team that I'm a little tiny bit more familiar with just because I actually know Becky from this team. For the sake of, the team is made up of Soup for Eloise, Becky Amon, Owen's Juice TV, and Rice and Beans. And for the sake of Owen, I will now be calling this team the Orange Ocelots. This team does have a really good mix of like PvP-centric players and also hardcore players, which means they should be good at handling stressful situations. And I know that this team has been very active on the practice server, notably Becky being on most days, playing in Battle Box and running around Ace Race, and Owen for spending over 1 hour in MCC Rising practice server jail for being a part of breaking Ace Race. You're doing us all a service, Owen. This was actually one of the applications that I saw really, really early on in the application process. And they actually did like a rap, and I thought it was a really cool angle on the fun application side of things. You did get to know the players, and I think this is going to be a decent team. Off the top of my head, I can see them coming between sort of 5th and 7th, maybe 4th and 7th. Could be completely wrong, but that's my best guess right now. At the end of this video, we will get into proper predictions, by the way, so stick around for that. But I'm excited to watch them, and yeah, it's going to be a real fun team to see take on MCC. Next up, we have the Yellow Yaks. Now, this one was also very cool because I actually know Mr. Beardstone from this team as well. I've teamed with Mr. Beardstone in a Twitch Rivals event before, so it's very cool to see more people in the event that I know of. These guys had one of the more serious, I suppose, application videos. It was more just them like talking about what they do and who they are, and that's completely fine. It does seem like we've got a big mix of talented musicians and SMP players. Now obviously with them being SMP players, that means they're great at, you know, working as a group, I'm sure. But does it translate well into MCC? I mean, I myself was an SMP player, and now I'm an all-out MCC grinder. So it can work. It can work. But to level with you, I haven't really seen these guys. I've seen Music Man and Beardstone on the practice server occasionally. I don't know how much they're practicing. Time zones are obviously a big thing. I'm only on there for a few hours a day. I'm really not going to interact with that many people outside of my own time zone, realistically. So I'm sure these guys are practicing. but I haven't seen too much from them yet, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in MCC Rising. I was looking forward to getting to the Llamas because I've got to say that I do think this was my favorite application video that we had. It was very fun. They had a lot of personality in it, and I think that really, really shone through and probably is one of the main reasons they were picked. The other reason I was excited for it is because remember how I said Owen was a part of breaking Ace Race? Well, we got two of the key culprits here. I'm pretty sure Lackey figured it out, and Mako or Mako, I'm just going to have, this is the same argument I have with myself every time I play Final Fantasy VII. Mako, who knows? But Mako and Lackey sort of developed it, and then Fundy got involved, and anyway, there was a crazy Elytra glitch on the Ace Race server, and these guys are the main culprits. But, you know, Mako's got a cool fox mask, so I guess we're cool. This for me seems like a genuinely all-rounded skill set team, and I think they actually could go on to do very well. The vibe seemed really cool, and I think even outside of MCC, these guys would all be very entertaining to watch. As I said, I've got to interact with a couple of them on the server a little bit more, and yeah, I can see this team doing big things, honestly. I'm probably going to put these guys in the top 5, but again, I don't have much to go off, so who could be wrong? I could be wrong. Next up, we got the green Geckos. Even though it says Guardians, it's the green Geckos. And as you can see, I actually replied to this tweet. So this is the team that I will coach. Turns out it's not really the team that I will coach. This team is made up of Amesy, Bilzo, Heike Hate Me, and Max GGs. Now, my plan was to train this team and be like, you know, I'm going to give you all of my wisdom. And then it turns out that Amesy doesn't get up before 4 p.m. So it's not happening at the minute. I will say this is probably the team that I'm most familiar with in person. I've recently been playing a bunch of Minecraft with 75% of this team. Not sure who the Max guy is. Really not a clue. Sorry, Max. But there is a funny meme that I actually didn't know. I really genuinely didn't know Max was on this team. And he was asking when we were going to train, and I was very confused. And it turns out he actually was in a team that I was going to train. So that's my bad. I'm getting old. I forget things. But this team, as much as I know that they have a lot of experience in playing Minecraft, again, a lot of it is funny SMP content, a little bit of Bed Wars spiced in there as well. And I actually don't really know how good these guys are. I really don't know. But I will be happy to say out loud and with my chest that I think this will be the best content team in the entire event. I think they're going to be the funniest POV to watch. So if you're looking to watch someone that is going to have a blast playing in the event and also make really, really funny content, I would say that this is definitely the team that you want to be checking out for MCC Rising. Next up is the Cyan Coyotes. This is a team made up of Boosfer, Dev Kia, and Yellow Wool. Dev and Kia have a joint Twitter account, I guess. I didn't realize that at first, and I was like, why do they only have 3 players? This, for me, is a very, very strong team. I was doing a little bit of research into some of the players when I was talking to them in the event, and I went and checked out Boosfer's YouTube channel, and Boosfer genuinely makes really, really cool content, makes a lot of like manhunt-style videos, and I think this is going to be one of the strongest teams in the event just off the bat. I think they're probably one of the most skilled all-round teams. You know, like, I get the same vibe from this team as I get from, like, the Dream team, where it's like Dream and his friends. I get that vibe from this team as well. And I'm sure that they're fed up of hearing stuff like that. Or maybe I'm the first person to ever say it, but I really doubt that. I've interacted on the server a lot with Yellow and Boosfer, and I know that Boosfer is a grinder. Also, green skin equals green god. It's that simple. So I am expecting big things from this team. I'm not trying to put any pressure on anybody, but I do think this is going to be one of the better teams to watch if you're looking for a strong team. This is actually the team that I think I'm going to personally watch the POV of during the live event. I'll probably be watching Boosfer, as I get the vibe that he's kind of like a team leader in this. But again, I could be completely wrong. But it's going to be a fun one. They've got really colorful skins, so how can they lose? On to the next team. Next up is the Aqua Axolotls, made up of Rosary, Spelled Nick, Katie's, and Dark Eyebrows. Now, from the vibe that we got from their application video, it seems to be made up of mostly PvP-centric streamers. In the video, they actually gave themselves their own skill ratings out of 5, which was, you know, I'm going to assume they were just telling the exact truth and nothing but the truth. With that being said, they'll probably be one of the best teams in the event. One thing I also liked is that they listed their like social followings on other things, and it was really cool to see that this team is absolutely massive on TikTok as a collective. And I think it's just really cool to get like representation of groups from different like social media backgrounds into one big event. Obviously, it's all going to be streamed on Twitch. I think it's really cool. I think a lot of like streamers and stuff are blowing up from TikTok right now, and it's really cool to see. So great to see a gang like this in the event, and they seem to be great wholesome vibes, and I think they could kind of pop off in the PvP related games. Also, could just be me, but I just kind of feel like Spelled Nick looks a little bit like Lumberjack Kratzy in this picture. So yeah, there's that as well. Also, I like music, Nick. So if you want to be friends, we can be friends if you want. Super side note as well, they actually put themselves on the Aqua Axolotls in their application video, and they got put on the Aqua Axolotls. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Next up, we have the Bluebats, made up of Yo Mikester, Golomel, Guggle, and Stemister. Steemeister, Stemister. So sorry, not a clue. Literally not a clue. This is another one of the teams to watch. I'm expecting Bluebats to be up there in a top 3 finish, I'll be honest. I've spent some time with Golem and Goggle mostly on the server, playing a lot of like BattleBox. They are very good at PvP. They're very organized. They were calling out strats and stuff while we were playing against them in BattleBox, which I think is something that is really, really nice to see. I love when a team takes it seriously. This is a really cool opportunity, and I think they're grasping it with both hands. I believe it was Stem. I could be getting the wrong person. It's either Stem or Mikester, but I think it was Stem. Actually has the second fastest time on the MCC Rising Ace Race leaderboard, and that time would actually be the second fastest time on the main leaderboard as well. So cool to see the grinding paying off. Will it translate into the event? We don't know. We have no idea, but only time will tell, and I think this is going to be a really strong team to watch. Next up, we have the Purple Pandas, or as they affectionately call themselves, the Lilac Lesbians. And in their own words, there are very, very wholesome vibes to be had. This team seemed like a really cool mix-up of characters, but from the application, I didn't really get too much of a vibe of their actual skill level in the game, because that's not what it was all about. So it's very, very tough for me to try and place this team. I have seen Ray on the server practicing Ace Race a bunch, and I've also seen Buggy on there a lot as well. And I do think, just from the video, from nothing else, Buggy is probably going to be their standout player, purely down to the fact that Buggy has a massive experience in speedrunning. And if you look at some of the best players in MCC, quite a few of them have either a speedrunning background or they speedrun pretty frequently just for fun. So excited to see what they can do. And before making this video, Buggy tweeted me saying, if I place the team low down, I'm going to get a twit longer written about me. So I'd like to say that this team will finish in first place. And please don't watch the rest of the video where I do my actual predictions. Buggy's team will win. Thank you. And finally, probably the biggest team in the event by a long shot is the Team Pink Parrots. Jojo Solos, Speedsilver, xNestorio, and Blushy. Now, this team I'm very familiar with, as I'm sure are most of the event, as I'm sure are most of the main MCC event. I don't think that it would have been a surprise if this team popped up in actual main MCC one time. I think this is an incredibly powerful team. I was quite surprised it was a thing when I saw it, because the good thing about MCC Rising is there's not any real balancing as far as I'm aware. It's more like, you know, let's pick fun teams that have a good vibe and had made good application videos and throw them all in the mix and just see what happens. With that being said, I think this is the strongest team on paper. If you were just to put all the teams next to each other, I do think this is the strongest team. They've got a really great mix of technically gifted creators and those who are good at PvP. I know JoJo has won massive Bed Wars tournaments because I was in them, and I was in that tournament with Blushy. So Blushy was on my team, and I know how good Blushy is as well. Nestor and Speedsilver come from a similar background. Nestor made a lot of like UHC videos, and now Nestor and Speed both make the completing Minecraft but, or the this crazy thing happened in Minecraft style videos, and they're doing incredibly well. This team is very, very powerful, and I do believe they're the favorites. Genuinely, I think they're the favorites. I'm really looking forward to watching them. I've seen a lot of creators jumping on and coaching this team, and I really just don't think this team needs coaching at all. I think they're solid already. So I'm looking forward to watching them. I'm probably going to watch every POV in this MCC afterwards as VODs. But yeah, this is definitely a great one to watch, and I think they're going to do incredibly well in all of the games. I think there's no real bad games for them, honestly. And with that being said, let's move in to my actual predictions. I'm terrified. So if I put you in 10th, sorry, I don't mean anything bad by it. This is just incredibly hard for me to try and work out who is who and who's going to do what based on the application videos alone. I thought about doing it based on people's skins, but I thought it wasn't really fair because, you know, hard to tell really, isn't it? It's hard to tell. Okay, my predictions are done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance. All right, I really am. I don't mean any offense. I'm not trying to upset anybody. I'm also not trying to put pressure on anybody, by the way. So let's just see what I think. I get these wrong all the time. So take it one of two ways. Tell me I'm stupid or prove me wrong. First place, I got Pink. I think Pink win this event. I think I'd be very surprised if Pink did not win this event. I think they've been grinding. I think they're already a very talented team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Second place, I have Cyan. I think Cyan could also contest for first place. I really do. Realistically, if he gets the dodgeball, do I think it's Pink or Cyan? I think Pink win. I've seen Nestor use a bow before, and Nestor is cracked. So if Cyan get in there, whoever gets in there against Pink, if Pink are in it, target Nestor. But it's not like Nestor's the only one who can use a bow, so you're in trouble either way. Third place, I got the Bluebats. I believe that they're also another really strong team, and I know they've been practicing a lot. So I'm excited to see what they can do. In fourth place, we have Orange. In 5th place, I've put Aqua. 6th, I've put Lime. And I know there's people on these other teams watching now thinking, what is this guy doing? He's so wrong. He's so stupid. 7th place, Green. Sorry, AMZ. 8th place, Purple. 9th place, Yellow. And 10th place, Red. This feels even worse than doing it when I do the actual MCC predictions. I'll be honest. Because, you know, this one's essentially a shot in the dark, sadly. You know, again, I really don't want to upset anybody with this, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So hopefully you understand my logic behind all this. Let me know what your guys' predictions are. I would love to see them in the comment section. It really would be cool to see what you guys think is going to happen. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing the teams grind out for the next few days on the practice server, and I'm looking forward to seeing the event, 8 p.m. BST on Saturday, the 2nd of October. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been CPK. Sorry if I'm wrong. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.